Today, we'll be out of here pretty early today. We had a program kind of pull up on us, so.
Another half hour.
Figures. Hey, everyone. So I thought it was time for me to share some critical updates about the upcoming Criterium Festival event. Just a little bit of backstory, so everyone, some of you are totally up to speed on this, others this will be like, what? What are we doing? So downtown Edwardsville, as you know, is under quite a bit of construction right now. They're working down by Sergeant Pepper's on some sewer issues and so forth. And the plan is that from about McKay Auto all the way back towards current construction, right down by the MCT building, all the sewers are going to be replaced. It's a huge project. Sidewalks, they're doing some beautification, doing some bump outs. Main Street's going to look quite a bit different a year or two from now. Combined with the fact that Goshen, not Goshen, the family that owns the grass lot by our entertainment zone, not donated, sold the ground to the city. And so that grass lot and St. Louis Street, where we hold our entertainment zone, that's all going to be torn up. Not this year, and I don't think next year, but that's going to be turned into a park and a festival area. Yeah, you obviously won't be able to park there anymore or drive through it. I have no idea how that's going to impact our Criterium for the entertainment zone. I'm not worried about it right now because we got options. You know, we've always got options. So with that in mind, last fall, I began communicating with Matt Tall from Public Works and Lieutenant Brandon Whitaker from the police department on the availability of Main Street this August, right? For our 15th, what'll be our 15th Criterium. And it was pretty well determined that for us to move forward with the mindset that things are always going to be normal and we're going to have our course, that I better not be thinking that way. We better come up with plan B as an option if we want to host the Criterium, which we do, right? It's a key fundraiser for us. The public pretty much expects it to happen. It's turned into the one with better regional events, you know, that take place. It's just a lot of fun. It's really good for all concerned, right? The Criterium is. So not as easy as it might sound. Like, well, let's just find some city streets and block it off and, you know, have a race. And about the time you find a course, you realize, oh, we've just completely enclosed Walgreens and they're not going to allow that. And there was 2 or 3 options that went. Some were too short, you know, some anyway. So what was determined was, because my mindset is we have to keep, one thing nice about our current route is, you know, you have the downtown restaurants and bars and our entertainment zone. And it was really a festival event, even with the kids zone being down by the Wildy, right? It's a lot of energy and it's just a great event for people to mingle. Where can we hold this where you still have that feeling, right? Where people want to be there and it's a party atmosphere, but it's also a family and friends atmosphere and it's a kids atmosphere. And let's see here. Here's what we're going to do. And I can pretty much call this official. It does have to get through. I don't think I can zoom in on that, but can everyone see that pretty well? Okay. The what? That? Getting warmer, getting warmer.
Somebody who need help in your department?
Bueller.
Yeah, he looks good. He looks good.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah,
Right there.
I think I can get that even in closer.
let's do it right there.
Okay. No pointer. So, well, pointer. So the old route is here, right? Racers would come, there's the courthouse, they come down, turn on Vandalia, go past Walgreens, make the turn at, Plaza. And then go down St. Louis, or Second Street, right? And then turn on College and Club, that's the old route. This is what it's talking about, that's the, area that we turned into a plaza, entertainment zone, it's gonna be really cool. Just a lot of mystery to it right now. That's all involved, so. What we determined through discussions and working with IDOT, which is not easy. For this new course, we have to shut down 2 state highways. It's never been done. As I'm told, okay, so Vandalia is a state highway, and of course Buchanan 159 is a state highway. And they have to be closed, so it's a lot to ask. And the detour, you might think, well, let's just throw a barricade in here, right? Well, that's local traffic. Truck traffic has to be detoured all the way around Edwardsville. From 143 to Governors. They have to start out by 55. It's a huge detour, requires also a company to come in and deploy those barricades. Public Works can't do it. And I'm working through that right now. So there's a lot of moving parts to this. What I like about this course is, well, it's flat, it's fast, wide turns. It will appeal not only to the pros, but it'll also appeal to older racers, masters, racers. It's an easier course, although if we tried to ride this 1 lap would be gas, right? That's not easy. What I love about the course is, this is gonna be our center of activity and enjoyment. Park Street will be closed like it always is for festivals. We'll have all our food trucks. Okay, and goodies here and beverages will be in their normal position. We don't have to rent a big generator, all the electricity is provided. Kansas will be closed as well. I might turn this into a kind of a teen street. So teams can pitch their tents and they can all sort of be together. We already have a band stage, so we don't have to pay Clancy $4,000 to come in, put up a stage, wait for it to get ready, right? So that's already done, and it's a great setting, right? I mean, they have the band on there. The kids zone will be, well, here somewhere, but we can maybe even bring in a few more things, maybe some other games. We have shade trees, we have grass. It's a much more friendly environment instead of sitting there baking where it normally is. Not that it's in a bad spot where that regards to. The start finish line, USA cycling requires 200 meters from the last turn. So we'll go counterclockwise like a NASCAR race, 4 left turns, okay? And the start finish line will be about here approximately. We have over 200 meters, so it meets the requirement for a criterium to get that accomplished. So the this area right here, this will be egress. So businesses and residents are not locked out of the course. We are going to have police monitoring here with, assuming no racers are coming by, anyone can come and go through here. Monitored, of course, but we had to have one. There's some residential here, there's some businesses, Domino's, etc. This also opens up great parking for teams right here, not here, that's under construction. So, you know, you have quicker access, I think, to get right there, get parked, get your tent set up, and volunteers, you know, everyone's gonna have access here. The final thing that's gonna happen that I'm excited about, maybe some of the volunteers won't be, but I think this course sets up well for it, is we are bringing back night racing. Yeah, So I think it's a safer route. We'll get 6 or 8 light towers. And it's going to be easier to deploy the light towers and also get those off the course and just in an area after the event. So we're going to go back to our old schedule of racing. Will kick off around 3 and it will end about 10:45. That's the way we ran it for years and years and years until we didn't, until a couple years ago. And I've heard a lot of mixed feelings from even Rotarians or spectators or racers that they really miss the night racing. So I'm excited about that. I think it's going to be well received publicly and through sponsorships. And what I envision, okay, is sometime probably around 7 o'clock at night, when, like I always say, the big boys and girls are coming out to race and the main band comes on stage, the headliner band, and the sun is setting. That's going to be a heck of an atmosphere in City Park. I expect thousands of people to be there. We will also, I've requested the open container perimeter, right? You can leave a restaurant with a beverage. You can leave our entertainment zone. You could have walked around the course. The entire course will be open container. I've requested for it. I don't think there's going to be a problem because we never have problems. I've also requested on Main Street down to Big Daddy's for that to be open for containers so someone could walk out of there and come to the event and stand around the perimeter. So, Joe, you had a question.
So this is a backup plan in case we need it?
This is the plan. This is gonna happen. So, yeah, it was back up initially and now it's become, this will most likely be the course for 2 years, at least. Got to remember next year, the entertainment zone that we're used to, even if Main Street is done, the entertainment zone will all be torn up. And that's critical for us in our fundraising to be able to have that. Also, if we're going to all this trouble to create this, it'd be kind of nice to be able to do it for 2 years, right? You're going to all that effort instead of switching back.
How long is the
0.65. So it's a little shorter than the other course. But plenty from USA Cycling Standards. I just got confirmation this morning that the state troopers will be back for their cycling, for their Harleys, which is neat, especially for night racing and their lights, which provides a great atmosphere. So we'll also bring in Mike, just a side note, we're not using Clancy for the start finish line either. That's a big setup from them. Mark just had a round of applause over there. I did find out some things. They rarely do that anymore. It shows. So when they show up, it's a new crew. It's hard to construct in a 3-hour time period. Mike Weiss, who does our barricades, has a start finish apparatus. They use it all over the nation. And they will come in on Saturday for setup for that. So that will go fast. Also, Frankie Andreo, the announcer from last year, remember him? He's the Tour de France. He's coming back. I've signed the contract. That's great because he'll be able to vocalize things really well. I think it's going to be a great environment. I think it's going to be a great festival. And I think the city will be thrilled that we're able to continue it in such a great way. So with that, I'll pass it back over to the man with the attention deficit disorder, your president, Dan Abig. Yes. Sure, one question.
I know you don't believe it, but how is this course compared to other courses? I mean, will the racers be able to disappoint with just?
Not at all. Most courses are squares and rectangles. There's a course up in Central Illinois that I've heard is just a square and they'll have 600 racers. So I agreed at first. Our course is very challenging. It's technical. It's risky. We lose riders because of it, because it's that risky. Most people have to go to a job on Monday. Okay, I know you really don't, but you know, most people do. So my sliding. That's ready to cut me off. Okay. I'm glad you're all updated because you'll start to hear this more and I didn't want to be, my Rotarian family, right? We're always the last to, learn like with families of what's going on. Okay.
As always, Brian, thank you for your dedication and hard work on that. And it's great thinking about the businesses